Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to my channel and to a Punched Up Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Krista, myself, Dorothy, Rebecca, and Sonia. And we'll all be using our dies and or punches. I'll be scrapping that picture of my grandson with the giraffe, so I'm going to make a punch art giraffe. I made one once before for a card, and it's been a while since I done it, but I don't know what made me think I could do it without doing an example ahead of time, but I did. Well, I tried to. And I had to keep trying this or that as I was doing it because, no, I was doing a few things wrong. And it took 47 minutes to do it wrong. I was doing it real time. Yeah. So I'm doing a voiceover instead. And I'm cutting out some of the stuff, well, most of the stuff that I had to backtrack on. I will leave one little place in because it's there for so long before I think, oh no, I did that wrong. And right there was where I goofed, where I put that chin on the bottom of the giraffe. That chin don't belong there. See the tongue? I didn't have that in the first one either. And the mouth was a different color, the inside of the mouth. But if you look at that giraffe up there, his tongue is black. So since, that's going to be part of my title, and it's a big part of the picture, and this is for Jake's album, and I thought he'd get a kick out of it, I've put a long tongue on this giraffe's body. Yeah, I read on the internet they could be 18 to 20 inches long. So, yeah, I'm making a long tongue for the giraffe. And I'm doing the ears right now. I got my flower punch out and I'm doing the inside with the white, but then I'm going to add some of my Rusty Hinge ink, and y'all know I love Rusty Hinge ink. I'm going to add it and make it just a really light color orange. And do both ears, and then I'm going to do the little, I don't know if they're called antlers or what. Maybe I should look it up if I'm going to do a voiceover and include them. But I'm going to put both ears on first and then just kind of center the little antler things in there. My dragonfly punch for the antler things, I'm just going to use the tail. They might be a little small compared to normal ones. Well, skinny. I think they're about the same height compared to the ears. But I'm going to put them in between the two, and then I'm going to put the eyes on. And these eyes are going to have 3 layers. Well, 4 if you count the eyelids, because I'm going to have a brown pupil. Well, no, the black pupil and then the brown iris. And then I'm going to put eyelids on this little giraffe. And because they kind of look a little bit sleepy sometimes, at least I think so. So I'm going to add them. And see that little square over to the left on the white paper? I'm going to make eyelashes with it. Well, truth be told, they're going to look more like eyeliner because they're just going to go across the bottom of the eyelid. But it's going to add a little more character to the eyeballs. So I am just folded it in half so they both end up the same. And even though one side's textured and the other isn't, I figure nobody's going to look that close. So I should have probably just layered them and done it, but out of habit, I folded it. But yeah, this is textured cardstock. The black is anyway. Well, the other is too. The white isn't though. The white's just smooth. And this is picked raspberry. That's what it is. And it's a little bit darker than I would like, but the other pink was too light. And I'm not sure what I did with the pink I usually use because it's all dried out. I might have left the lid off, but I'm going to spray it with some water because that's worked before and let it sit for a while. I put some freckles on each side of the cheek, and now I'm highlighting all the places on the giraffe. And while I was looking at the giraffe, I was thinking it looked kind of funny. And then once I put the neck up there, I decided it did look kind of funny. So I pulled the chin off. I thought, I did not need that. So the chin is going to be gone, and it's just going to be the bottom of the mouth instead of actually having a chin. And my neck was too skinny. I thought I'd use that scrap and get away with it, but no, I had to make a fatter neck. so it looked like it fit the head. And see that little EK Success punch up on the left? Well, I punched out several flowers in the brown, and it's going to be the main. And I started out adding them to the back and making sure, well, 3 petals show, but not the entire petals on the sides. So I am just going down the side, and the last couple I put on the front. And then I'm going to cut some apart to put on the body of the giraffe for the spots. And I'm going to end up putting one on the face. And when I get done with it, y'all will think, huh, that looks like a mouth a little off-centered. And I kept thinking it too. So in the photos at the end, I figured I might as well center it, make it look like lips, and turn him into a girl. So my title that I'm going to be putting on my layout, it's going to get done over after I move that little lip shape piece of brown. But see him laying over there? See how the mouth, yeah, it looks like a mouth, don't it? Is off-centered, and all it was supposed to be was another one of those spotted places on the giraffe. I went ahead and prepared this paper ahead of time. It is on white cardstock, some really thin white cardstock. Well, I don't guess it really is white. It's a white, but it's kind of an off-white and had little speckles all over it. And I thought like 2 or 3 different colors, and they were tiny, and there wasn't that many. So I decided I'd just use it for backing on this since it is the thin cardstock, and have these 2 papers mounted on there. And this die is chicken wire, and it's by Mary Ann, if any of you is interested. And I am going to goof on this and not notice it for a while. And then when I notice it, I think, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to camouflage it a little bit. But watch me put it on there, and I'm going to have the fence on the right-hand side turn different from the fence on the left-hand side. Where the points are pointing up on the left-hand side, they're flat on the top of the right-hand side. Yeah. I might have got confused there somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to end up leaving it and camouflage it rather than trying to pull it all up, because chances are I just tear it up and hope for the best and hope nobody ever notices that it is a little off. Well, a whole lot off by being flipped 90 degrees. I used 2 different sets of Echo Park dies and to make the title, and What a Zoo is on the left hand side, and that's Olivia lowercase, and then my obsession on the right hand side. And did you hear that noise? That was my computer telling me I no longer have any internet. Yeah, for the umpteenth hundred time. It has been going in and out. It is pretty windy out there today, so that might be part of it. I don't know. I have cable and I live way out in the country. But yeah, it's gone off quite a bit today. But my title is What a Zoo. And it started out, if his neck is not long enough, he can just stick out his tongue. But when you see it at the end, it's going to say, if her neck is not long enough, she can just stick out her tongue, because I moved the lips over. I thought about just taking it off completely, and then I thought, oh, I think I'll just move it over. It looks like some of those cartoon lips, and so I'm just going to move it over a tiny bit. And my Diamond Press tropical foliage dies for the greenery, and I did cut it out in 2 different colors to give it a little bit of variety so that they'll show up against each other just a little bit better. And I decided to make a tag to go on the bottom left to start my cluster down there, because yeah, I'm making a cluster down there. And I did the gray that's up there at the top, and it's kind of a maybe a little bit marbleized, but finely marbleized, I guess. It's not a solid gray, and it is one of the papers from the collection, and the collection I'm using is Photoplay Zoo. I think that's the only thing that's on the title. I think it's just Zoo, but yeah, you can tell it's kind of zoo, but we are on a safari. One of the stickers I'm using is Animal House, and then I'm using a ticket that says Admit One, and it has a monkey hanging upside down. I'm taking the sticky off so I can add some foam tape to it and give it a little more dimension to my cluster down there. And then I'm going to add quite a bit of greenery to it. But I'm also going to actually pull out one of my tree rings. Yeah, I haven't used it in a while. I haven't done no layout that really could use it. But I'm going to pull one out and use half of it on that cluster down there, which tickled me to get to use it. Um, I think I'm getting close to getting done. Yeah, I am. I'm going to put that greenery in there, and here I'm going to put that one in there, and then I'm going to end up cutting it, and I didn't get enough glue on it, and part of it's going to fall off, and I'm going to have to put it back on. And I thought, yeah, why didn't I pay attention to it? It has like where it has the vein in the middle from the tree branch. It is blank there. It had a cutout, which, sometimes I'll put some cardstock behind it, a lighter color, so that spot can show up better. This time I didn't, so when I went to cut it, the bottom part fell off and I had to glue it on. But I take care of it. Maybe it's this one that it does it too. One of them it does it too. And yeah, but I take care of it and it's fine. And I decided I needed a little bit of the black down there, so I cut just the extra part that I had on the right hand side. I went ahead and used down there to put just a little bit of the fencing down there in the cluster. And oh yeah, here's my tree ring. And like I said, I'm only going to put half of it on there, and I inked the bark darker than I do the inside of the ring. And I'm just going to kind of tuck it in back there and save the other part for another layout. I pulled out my Studio Calico sequins and their wood grain, and I'm just going to scatter them on the layout, and then I'll be done. But make sure you look down there below to see what I'll check out the links for all the other gals doing the Punched Out Thursday to Die For, and to see what all they did this week. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you liked the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. And thank you for all the comments that you leave down there. They make my day. And I really appreciate that. But yeah, there's my fence that's turned the wrong way. Well, it may be the right way. I don't know. But it's not the same as the other side. And see how I moved that spot over? Now it looks like lips. Yeah, they look like lips now. I doubt very much if Jake remembers it was a boy giraffe instead of a girl giraffe, so it'll be okay. And yeah, don't forget that International Scrapbooking Day is this weekend, and you'll be having loads of fun. Loads of fun. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.